A very good afternoon to all the viewers at kassad.org. With me are faces that you're not going to recognize, but after this one, you definitely will. e-Sports.Serbia, the surprise package of the tournament, I might say, because you were distinguished as cannon fodder. It was actually not nice what people were saying about you, and here you are, beating Lemon Dogs, beating 3D Max, the two favorites in your groups. Then you went on to the second group stage where you actually came really close to making top 8, so I guess it was a really impressive showing. But first of all, not to denigrate you guys, but introduce yourselves for a little bit, because a lot of people said I don't know any of these names, with no disrespect.
Well, my name is Janko Paunovic, my nick is YNK in game, and this is Alexander Trifunovic. His nickname is Kassad. He's our in-game leader also. We came from 1.6. None of our players played Source, really, because in Serbia, in Source scene, I'm not even sure if it existed. I don't think so. It was mostly 1.6 players. We all came from there. We didn't have much experience going into international tournaments. 3 of our players played for iNation during the end of the 1.6 era, and they were in DreamHack Bucharest, where they played against some of the top teams in the world at that time.
I mean, saying that, when you guys were announced, as I said, a lot of people weren't really nice about you, or they were saying, I don't even know these guys, why are they here? Couldn't they have gotten someone better? Obviously, you've proved everyone wrong, but I just wanted to say a little bit about, did you read these community sites, and did it hurt you in any way that people said about this, or are you just thinking they are clueless, they don't know anything?
Well, we don't blame them. We expected that, and we read this. We wasn't hurt by the statements, and we proved them wrong. Obviously, we practiced a lot. We showed that we can beat some of the best teams, and that's about it.
So you played a LAN last weekend, actually, which I don't think HLTV covered it. I'm quite sure we didn't, and I think you won it. But it wasn't as easy as you guys expected it to be, because there was a little bit of competition, right? Can you explain a little bit about this LAN?
Yeah, I will take this one. Well, you got it wrong. We won pretty easy that tournament. We played like 7 maps, and 4 of them we beat 16-0 opponents, including in the final. We beat our opponents in second map 60-0, so it was pretty easy. BGD Online to make that easy, because they are the second best team in our country. I don't think we are the same teams on playing on the same level, but they played badly in the quarterfinals, and they lost to some pretty unknown team in Serbia, and it makes us easy to win the tournament. And it was a nice experience, but we expected some good LAN match before this tournament. It would mean to us very much, and they lost, and I don't know. It could be better preparation if they play with us in the final.
So you went to DreamHack Bucharest, which was, I think, the last DreamHack, which was 1.6, and you played decently there, but you didn't break through with the top teams, right? And this time around, you are beating, a lot of experienced teams, players like PHP. You might know them, Slovaks. They're Eastern European as well. They have so much LAN experience. Guardian, maybe. Well, how expected was this? Because obviously you're aware of your own level, but at a LAN it's always different when you're playing against someone with so much experience. So how did it feel? Was it like, did you see it coming, or when you were playing was it a little bit surreal?
Well, to be honest, the one little thing about Bucharest is that their team was first in group with Fnatic, which was the best team in the world then. Then after that, in the elimination phase, they were again matched with Fnatic, which doesn't make any sense, but never mind. For this tournament, we practiced a lot. We were really well prepared, if you want to say tactically, with strats, etc. When we saw who was grouped with us, we started studying their demos and watching their games. We knew pretty much about those teams. We figured that we were going to play Mirage, for example, against Lemon Dogs, because we knew that that was a very strong map for them. It was a very strong map for us. So we knew that we had our chances. We also knew that, for example, Lemon Dogs, it was their first LAN tournament outside of Sweden, that they were very young, that if we could get our game going and gain some momentum, that we would probably be able to win the match. Against 3D Max, it was a bit of a different story. because they're all really experienced players. As you said, Guardian, PHP, they played together for a long time. They were one of the best teams in Source. And we had one practice against them before this tournament on Mirage. We beat them, but we knew that didn't mean much. But then again, it meant for us to see that we could compete with them on the same level. So we prepared for that match too, and that match was very difficult. It ended up, I think, 16-13 for us. So it was the little things that decided the match. And in the last match of the group, LDLC, well, it was a surprise for us that they played so well, as it was probably for them that we played so well, since they were playing with the standing and everything. So when they played an excellent game against us, we made a couple of mistakes that cost us the game. So, yeah.
How did you experience it as the in-game leader? Did you do anything differently this LAN once you realized maybe you had some teams, you know, when you had them under pressure like Lemon Dogs, did you do something special that you wouldn't have done otherwise?
Yes, it was very hard. It was like chess. You're playing chess with them, not Counter-Strike. We prepared for Lemon Dogs, we prepared for 3D Max, and we prepared a little less from LDLC. It paid off, obviously. We know exactly what Lemon Dogs will going to do on Mirage. We are going for that map, and we know what they want to do on the T side and on the TT side. So we take advantage of that, and we won. They did exactly the same as we predicted. So did 3D Max, and it helped us a lot. We won both matches. Preparation for LDLC was a little not so good, and we made some mistakes, like Janko said, and it cost us the match. It was pretty 16-2. We lost heavy there, and we should prepare better for that.
I just wanted to say that I think that the biggest problem for us and the reason why we lost the game that we maybe could have won then against the Russians in the second group stage, etc., is that we lack this international experience, you know, that maybe if we were definitely better prepared than the Russian mixed team, you know, but the thing is that their match against us, for them, it's like playing against a local Russian team, you know, and for us there's a lot of pressure because it's, you know, we already achieved some success and we know in the back of our head that we could beat them, but there is, you know, that pressure that we still can't be as relaxed as we should in order to play our best game, and I think that's the reason why we make some mistakes and lose games like that, but I think in time things will be even better for us.
I want to draw a little parallel. I'm not sure if you know them, and I'm going to tie another question to this, but in CSS there was a team called Rage.NUZ who went to a Swedish LAN in Stockholm called 30p LAN, and they were not really well known back then, and they played against the recent gaming from Denmark and beat them. And it strikes me because you guys are really vocal. You make a lot of sound, you make a lot of noise. I think at one point you smashed a table so hard you rebooted a PC, so that's, you can check that one off your list. I mean, the question attached to that is, is that how you always play on LAN? Is that just your mentality? Was that incidental this time around, or was there a idea behind it? Maybe to scare them a little bit?
I will take this one again. Against Lemon Dogs, we knew they were a young team. We knew they were young players, and they came outside Sweden for the first time. And we want to sit close to them, and so after every round we shout so loud, maybe they got scared a little, and we just continue playing. But also in Serbia, when we play LAN tournaments, we also shout when there are important matches, important round. It's, I don't know, maybe sometimes it's not good, sometimes it is, like versus Lemon Dogs, it was very good. Sometimes you can get excited too much and not focus on the round very well, and that can do some damage to you, but this time it was very nice.
It was absolutely great. It made for a nice atmosphere, although some teams weren't happy with it, but the others were loving it, so it's a little bit 50-50. So I want to ask you, before we get down to the feedback and what we ask all of our interviewers is, this was, I think, the first time that you attended an event of this magnitude. I think you attended DreamHack Bucharest, but I mean that's a little bit different because that's in a large exhibition hall, I think, and it's a lot of teams, and it's a little bit more cozy. So I want to have both your opinions on firstly how you enjoyed this LAN, how you experienced it, and then afterwards some feedback, what we can do better.
Well, for me, and I think my teammate will agree with me, this was a great experience for us, having the possibility to play in LAN against the top teams in the world, and to beat some of them, I think the experience is great. And being in a venue like this, in a great hotel, where, as you said, things are very cozy, it gives you space to relax after the match, before the match, so that you can be fully concentrated on the match itself. You don't have some things bugging you, like you couldn't sleep or I don't know what. So I think the venue is great, the event was great, and I really hope to attend more events like this in the future.
Yeah, I agree most of the things with Janko. The tournament organizers, very nice. We were, I don't know, except this little bit of delay, which was, I don't know, it could be better, but you can be prepared for everything. Other than that, all things were just great. The organizers take care of the players, which is the most important things for us. We didn't have any problems, except when I smashed the table and rebooted my PC, which I apologize, but it was a heat of the moment. We lost some round and I was very upset. It won't happen again. Other than that, all in all, it was very great. I have not a single complaint about the tournament until now. For now, I mean, for now.
That's absolutely great to hear. And obviously, we would like to see you at next events. Birmingham is the next one. We'll see how it all pans out. For now, though, I want to give you the chance to maybe tell your newly found fans where can they follow you. Maybe some next events that you, or some next leagues that you are planning on attending. Thanks to your sponsors and all that.
Well, for now, we don't really know what the next event will be. We have the e-Sports.Serbia. It's an organization we play for, but they don't really have sponsors for now, so we funded this trip ourselves totally. So the agreement was that depending on the results here, and we will try to find some sponsors to help us to go maybe to Copenhagen Games, maybe to Birmingham, depending on who we will be able to find. And the next tournament, for now, we are playing ESLA series, trying to get some points there maybe, and besides that I think there are no other leagues until the next TSA starts or something like that. I'm not sure.
Okay. I can say the plan was to play the Copenhagen Games, but all we know that Denmark is a really expensive land, and the tickets from Serbia to Denmark not cheap. We can't finance ourselves that like we did. I mean, Austria is close to Serbia. It's the transport and other costs are not that high. We could afford ourselves to play, and we wanted to do that. But we want to do also to Copenhagen Games, but it's too expensive. We are looking for some sponsors to help us. Anything would be nice. But if it doesn't happen, we will just practice hard like we did until now and see what happens. Results will come, that's for sure.
That's a great one to leave off on. So I want to thank both of you guys for not only the amazing interview, but the amazing upset that you pulled. It really added some color to the event that we hosted. So I want to thank you for that. And to all the viewers out at kassad.org, there's the faces that you're going to want to remember. And there is going to be more interviews very soon from Esports Heaven, Mad Catz Invitational, Vienna.